7, and I was just at Food for Thought tonight listening to Daniel Okrent, and gave a fabulous talk tonight, super inspiring. Good to know that Time Magazine is focusing on our great city and focusing on maybe some of the bad, but we're starting the conversation about how our city is going to come back. And if we don't start talking about what the problems are and how we can address them, then things will never get better. And so Daniel being here tonight is just the start of hopefully many conversations and wonderful things to come for our city and for their people, and for the great show and turnout that we had tonight, showing that there's still a spirit in Detroit. There are people committed and caring and wanting to make this all happen. Time Magazine, foremost magazine, one of the foremost magazines in the country, still care about us, still think we're relevant, otherwise he wouldn't have been here tonight. So it was a pleasure and an honor, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
I've spent the first 17 years of my life in Detroit, and I think that we would all agree that the first 17 are important years, but each time I come back I realize how important they were to me and how fortunate, how incredibly lucky I was to grow up in this city in those years. This is the most extraordinary story going on in America right now. At the time of the flood in New Orleans, at the time of Katrina, John took all the editors of the 8 major Time Inc. magazines and some of the lesser magazines there, and they all did major things about Katrina. And as we discussed this, we realized Katrina had happened in Detroit. It just took 40 years to happen. It didn't happen overnight. And this was an incredible story that we had to do something. We weren't writing this for the people of Detroit. We were writing this for the rest of the country. For people in Detroit knew a lot of this story. The rest of America did not know Detroit's story, and we felt it needed to know Detroit's story.
And I can't really think of anyone better than Danny to represent Detroit to Time Magazine, because he lived here, he loved it. He went to the University of Michigan. He is a Detroiter, and he's a terrific guy. He really is a terrific guy, and I think that this Time Magazine pursuit is very interesting, and I look forward to the full result of what they're trying to do to come to fruition.
Comments were very important. As somebody who has a commitment to Detroit, I'm a docent at the DIA, and I go down Woodward once a week to see what's going on and to see how Detroit is improving. And I think his comments are very apropos. I have hope.